There is no action taken in the Asian market, which is even more unlikely than I think than in the American market. And if there is no action taken in the US, then Google doesn't really have an incentive to change its business practices in those markets. But because of the compliance ruling, it will have to change its business practice in Europe. If you believe the ruling exactly, then it is definitely anti-competitive against the handheld producers, in the sense that if there were like more producers of operating systems or more producers of search engines and so on, which would be interesting to the consumer, then the handheld manufacturers would have more outside options to negotiate with, and this would definitely limit Google's market power in negotiating with them. In terms of competition, if we think in the long run, if Google can use its market dominant position to stay the market dominant engine and never be challenged by any other search engines, this means that there is no incentive for Google to improve its services for the customer. Microsoft bundled its operating system Windows with the Internet Explorer. This is actually a little bit reminiscent of this case that we see that Google has an operating system which is ubiquitous on handheld devices and dominates the market if you ignore Apple for a second. And now what do we have? They bundle their operating system with a browser and with a search engine. We know that the DOJ back then cracked down hard on Microsoft, so I would say it is not completely out of the question that there will be any action taken in the US.